Something else I'm passionate about, and I've been
Yes.
telling you about this. You haven't experienced it yet, but you will.
I won't experience that. I can assure you right now.
Well, it depends on what sports your lovely daughter ends up
Yeah.
participating in.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if it's many major sports, you might be looking at this. So there was an article up there from More Perfect Union. I saw this over the weekend, and it said youth sports is now costing parents as much as $25,000 a year, and then it attributes it to private equity and corporations that are turning a childhood pastime into something only the wealthy can afford. Youth sports become a $40 billion industry, but the steep cost that's crushing American families. I will co-sign on this one as somebody who's experienced it firsthand. Youth sports have been ruined by the almighty dollar and the search to make money off of the kids playing it. When I grew up, it used to be you played sports and you were coached by people who wanted to cultivate your skills. They wanted to cultivate you as a young person. They wanted to turn you into a competitor, and they wanted you to have fun. Now, when you are a young athlete, you are looked at as a dollar sign. How much money can I make off of you and your parents? How many tournaments can I get you to sign up for? How many stay-and-play hotels can we get you to sign up for? How many privates can we get out there? And how many days of a 365-day-a-year calendar can we get you to participate in our sport? Because guess what? We're going to charge you every single day to do it. It has ruined the youth culture that is out there, and it concerns me because I think a lot of people are burned out, stressed out, and most importantly, you think I'm talking about the parents because they're the ones writing the checks and spending the hard-earned cash? The kids, the athletes themselves are feeling it the most. You can tell kids are not having as much fun playing sports than they used to because they're thinking, oh my gosh, my parents been talking about how much we're spending to play in this team and how much my equipment costs. And that, whether the parents say it or not, the kids feel it. And so it gets stressed out kids who are burned out, who are trying to go as hard as they can, trying to please their parents, trying to get that scholarship. It is not a healthy environment we're in right now.
It's interesting, man, because I can only go off of what you're saying. I think about my time in travel sports growing up and youth sports growing up. I mean, so many positives. It was probably the most time and like the best time I spent with my pop every weekend, right? I got to see the country through sport. I made friends and memories for a lifetime through sport. It kept me from being home doing stupid stuff and getting in trouble. So, I mean, I don't know how much of that has changed. So I guess that's one thing, man. I've spent a lot of time in the facility with the athletes, so I'm not out on the field as much as you are, for sure. Do you feel like a lot of your daughters and her teammates are like, do you think that's a product of today's culture or like?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's all of it. Now, granted, we've had some great moments, right? We've had great trips.
Yeah.
We're pretty blessed to be able to afford them. Like, it hasn't like I've had to take out a loan or get an extra job or, I've really struggled to make this happen. But I'm in a pretty rare situation. I've been blessed to be able to afford those opportunities.
Yeah.
Some of my daughter's teammates, not so much.
Okay.
Some of my daughter's teammates, the parents couldn't travel to go watch them because it was too expensive.
Yeah, that's definitely
or
a problem.
they would ask, hey, can my daughter stay with you guys in your hotel because we can't afford a room?
Yeah.
And I'm more than happy to help out there. But how much that pains me to see that parent not be able to do that?
Yeah.
That really loves their kid and wants to provide them with the best opportunities. That's not healthy.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
So when you said you got to travel the country, how far did you go? Like, where did you?
I mean, I played in baseball tournaments in Arizona.
Oh, that's great.
I was all over the country.
Yeah.
Like I was playing pretty
how
high-level baseball.
How many times?
My dad couldn't go to that one though.
Right.
Because of that reason.
Right.
And that was 20 years ago.
Right.
So yeah, I absolutely understand that. I'll tell you one thing that I think a lot of places are doing a better job of is streaming stuff now, right? But is that something you have to pay for as well? With a lot of these
my
youth?
goodness.
You're paying for
Yes.
streaming.
Oh my gosh. So I want to call somebody out by brand.
Which we're not going to do
because
that.
there's a bunch of them.
Okay, tell me.
But you realize, so one tournament, my wife, it was in Orlando. It was a short drive, but I wanted to watch, this was probably a couple years ago.
Sure.
And I wanted to watch my daughter's game. You can stream it live, which is great.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess how much it costs to stream the games that weekend?
Well, you're not paying like $5 to stream a single game. You're going to pay for a package that's probably like Could it be more than $19.95? Is it way more than that?
It was $300
To stream a weekend's worth
to
of
stream
games?
it because you couldn't buy just that weekend.
Yeah,
You had to buy a package, which
that's
was for
embarrassing.
the whole year.
Yeah,
You know, and it was definitely a racket that they know
That's
you want to get. You know, it'll drives me nuts. They have to pay to go watch your kid play.
Mm-hmm.
Like we already spent the money to join the league.
Yeah.
We already paid a hotel that we had to stay in because we're contributing to the local economy.
Yeah.
And then we got to pay $20 a day.
Yeah.
Maybe $25 a day.
That's
like
brutal.
it gets to be like an extra 100, but it's all right there. You know, there's one right there. So that's, you just get your monthly subscription. That's a different one. That wasn't the one. That's cheaper. I would have probably done it for $29.99 a month. You know, and those, I don't even know if you can cancel. Like you're probably locked in for a year.
Yeah.
That you want to go do that. That's just one of them.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
That it's a big business. Everybody sees dollar everywhere you turn. People see opportunity, and it's the youth sports that are the customers. They're the ones that are spending their hard-earned dollar, and I don't know if they're getting the return. I had a discussion with my wife about this because when they got into sports, my wife was like, I really want them to get a scholarship.
Yeah.
I said, no. Stop that right there. That would be that'd be a goal, but that's not why.
Right.
They're playing to develop character, to learn how to deal with adversity, how to participate with a team, how to, and most importantly, how to have fun.
Right.
If they get a scholarship, that is a great outcome.
Yeah.
But that is not why we are participating in sports. You mentioned staying out of trouble.
Yeah.
I want them to be busy. So I've signed them up for a lot of these sports because I don't want them to go out there and get into trouble. So their schedule's been full. That's been great. Knock on wood. My kids, most part, stayed out of trouble. But it was never for a scholarship. Now we got one, and that was huge. That was awesome. But we're not going to get one probably with my middle child. And that's great too. But she still learned the discipline, the work ethic that it takes to play sports. I just think there's so many parents. It's all about scholarship. It's all about the scholarship.
Yeah.
And if they set aside the money they're spending and they started it, because the money's going out the door since they're 10 years old.
Sure.
You get 8 years and you're putting $25,000 aside, you can go to whatever college you want and pay for it all.
Yeah. Then it's a problem with it's a product of the culture, a product of the coaches, a product of everything, because unfortunately, if you do have aspirations, scholarship or not, to go play at high level, high level university or maybe go professional, that's sort of where the recruiters are going to these big tournaments. Like, how do you go about getting discovered if you're not at these tournaments that cost this type of money and not training with these trainers that cost this type of money? So it really is. It's become like a very expensive, sort of like poisonous like cycle.
Yes.
Like, you don't jump in and play the game, you don't get in front of the right coaches. You don't get in front of the right coaches, you don't get to the right university, scholarship or no scholarship. And no one really, and I hate to say it like this is not to demean or to put down anybody, but no one goes into sports that are at a high level saying, I want to go play at this level. They want to play at this level. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's hard, man. You want to get the eyes and get the exposure, and that all comes with dollars, man.
And you know what else I think is a byproduct of this? A couple instances we saw just over the weekend. So there were not one, but two. These are both from the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
Brawls that we saw with parents. I'm not going to say fans because these are parents getting into it with umpires. I mentioned the stress that is out there. And oh boy, if you blow a call, you better watch out. There's one, I believe this is the one from Starkville, Mississippi. Gets ugly. I mean, there's a bunch of parents on the field. Why are you all in the field in the first place? And then it's just an all-out brawl. I mean, you can hear the moms, player walking away in disbelief. What's happening?
Oh, man, more of them.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to get the guy off the umpire. Just absolutely embarrassing. These are a bunch of 14-year-olds, by the way. Not that it makes it any better at 16, 17, or 18.
Yeah.
But that's still young.
And not like they're always great, the umpires. Like some of them do have a bit of an ego.
Because they're making 10. But speaking of, maybe they should be making more money because they're making $10 an hour to get yelled at by all these idiot parents.
And what I'm thinking is, like, from my experience, I don't know how much it's changed. It used to be like a 65-year-old guy who's retired and just wants to be around the game.
Or a 16-year-old kid.
Or
that was kind of it was run the gamut. It was like some kid in high school just trying to make a buck, or the old retired guy.
Exactly. That's exactly what
So
it was.
this one's even worse because this is 11-year-olds. This is 11-year-olds. Now, you see 3-0 count. I think there's another ball that happens, and then the coach comes out, and another fight with the kids watching. Like, what kind of example are we setting there for our youth that are out there?
No, it's brutal. I mean,
absolutely brutal. Here comes the coach. He's yelling at him. He's cursing. You suck. Whatever. He gets tossed from the game, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get in your," gets in his face, and before you know it, throws a couple blows.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, just a couple
I
haymakers
mean, look at
there.
that white head of hair.
Yeah.
That's an old
right.
man.
It is an older
That's
man.
an
It's an
man.
older man. It's an umpire. Like, that's the other thing. Like, it should be a cardinal rule. Like, you shouldn't punch somebody 20 years your senior.
Seriously.
Out there. The umpire
brutal.
saying call 911. I think that parent, that coach, and I think the other one in the other video, if you instigate a fight with an umpire, you should be banned for life.
Yeah, well, I
for
mean-
attending the games, not from coaching, from attending the games. And if they press charges here, I am 100% on board.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Throw the book at them.
Are
This
they
is
not
asinine behavior?
I mean, that's the only acceptable response, right? Is
Right.
to not let these knuckleheads back to the field because they can't control themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could happen anytime. I mean, I remember 100 bad calls. I don't know what it is, man. I just don't. I don't know if it's that we didn't see it back in the old days or like when I was growing up, my dad would get pissed.
Yeah.
But in no world would he go to the other side of the fence and swing on an ump. And I mean, I'd be mortified, and he would know, like, I wouldn't do that to my kid, you know?
I'm telling you, the emotion, and guess this is streaming. I guarantee this is a travel ball team.
You think
you
that
know,
come-
it's
you think-
absolutely a game changer
Let's
league,
say you think that
whatever
comes
this
with
is.
the $300 package?
Yeah, well, see that dad probably had to pay $300 to stream it for his wife back home, and he's upset. He's angry already. He's on tilt. And now
Guarantee
he's
you
like,
X amount of brawls
Yes.
a weekend?
Yes,
Holy
I
cow,
think
that is
so.
crazy.
Absolutely brutal.